EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. And it's coming up next.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Nix has him on the quick hitter. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Give to Williams from the gun. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 43. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught for the first. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 42 as this opening drive continues. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Return starts at the 3. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 39. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They motion the slot man right. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Play action with Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Completes this one to Granson. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Running it after the penalty. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and goal for Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Fourth down's gonna bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Denver offense taking the field for their second drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Nix with it on first. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap to Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Broncos looking at a punt on fourth down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Colts will take over. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on them.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That play good for 17 on a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Trying again following the sack. He's got Pierce. It's an Indianapolis touchdown! The Colts break the tie here in the first. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Broncos offense all set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Nix from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Williams now on first and 10. He's got room to roam here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Throwing on first down, Nix. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that will set up first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Has it down close. Touchdown, Denver. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos tie things 10-10. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Josh Downs to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and just 2 to go. Taylor now up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Taylor again. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go again with Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. He's on the move. He's running for it. Brushes him off. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. They connect on the deep shot. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts break the tie here in the 1st. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Denver set to take the field on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Here's Nix to throw. It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Up the gut they go with Williams. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Another run for Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Finds a man. He loses the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Colts offense set to head out. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st down throw here from Richardson. He's got... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Oh, he's going to run for it!
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Nix off the play action. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Riley Dixon on the punt. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Richardson on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So no return on that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Denver ready for another offensive possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Straight ahead with Williams. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Play made by E.J. Speed. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Draw play. This is Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Cut out left. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. It's a Denver touchdown. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos make it 17 all. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Colts ready to take the field. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Bails out of the pocket quick. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. That one's complete over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll go down here at the 16. He gets 6 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Working inside the red zone. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead with Taylor. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And he will score! Touchdown, Indianapolis! The Colts take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. This return makes it up to the 25. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, ball at the 36. Nix from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A run with Williams. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Juju Brents with a stop. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Play action with Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Riley Dixon getting set to punt it once again. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. On first down, it's Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Now Richardson to throw. Getting out, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. So here comes the Bronco offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give to Williams from the gun. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. And it's the Broncos with 2nd and 6. From the 46. Throw complete to Williams. Still has some space inside the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, Instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
It's taken in by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Throw on 3rd down. Complete to Mims. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Denver first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They'll throw again. Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, it's Nix. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Williams is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos bring it back to even. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Downs on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And they'll have an even 40 seconds available to them, so expect to see at least a few plays here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. On target to his man Taylor. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throw here from Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing now, Richardson. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll throw again, Richardson. This one finds Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout Indianapolis, that's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've got first down from the 31. They are throwing it again. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Broncos corral it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races.
You know, a lot of these defenders, actually almost all of them in the NFL, have some offense in their background. And when they see the ball and an opportunity like that, they can't wait. What an awesome transition from scooping the ball to focusing upfield and finding the running lane. That offense, I think it was honestly lucky he didn't finish it with a touchdown.
On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Bertolet able to knock it through. And they've taken back the lead. We've reached the midway point of this one, and the visiting Broncos taking a lead into that locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Stays in the pocket, taken in by Downs, left side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Richardson back to throw. Hauled in left side. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. To throw, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. On the move, past the 40. Keeps it moving. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos push their lead further to start the half. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll take an option to the right on 1st down. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Cut out left. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Play action with Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Taylor is in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Mims. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton taking the field once again. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Nicks off the play action. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Taylor now up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They go again with Taylor. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. In on the tackle was Jonathan Cooper. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing here, Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 41. Finds Mims. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They stay on the ground with Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That's complete to Vele. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. It's a design boot. Short pass brought in. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's Nix. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Slot man motioned over. Gets it running the sweep. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Williams. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Broncos make it a 9-point advantage. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play, but they will take that execution every time.
They're set up at the 35 now. They're running the option, short side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So we're through 3 here. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. This one finds Taylor. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He has the first over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Colts.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
From the red zone now. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 31. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 from the 41. Running right, it's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Another run for Williams. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Mims with the grab. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they'll make the stop after a short gain to the 48. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. This is Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
Brought in by Vele. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Williams on the carry. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Nix from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes out to... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet, but there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Here comes Will Lutz. A lot riding on this field goal try. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Downs on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's got a man left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. To throw, Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
The Colts are ready for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The visitors and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Give to Williams from the gun. Stiff arm success. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Play action with Nix. He put everything he had into this one. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes on the bootleg. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A run with Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand if thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and long.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
Finds Woods. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Oh, stiff arm. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Richardson now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So 2nd down coming up.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Again, he's got room. It's inside the 10. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts come through to tie it in the 4th. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
They have this try now to put them in front late. And he comes through on the kick to give them the lead here in the 4th quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. He's on the move. And they got there in time. He's taken down. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Looking to throw it. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Desperation time here on fourth. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Here he is to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. First down throw here from Richardson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And we'll see what they do here on second down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now a timeout, and there may be time for 2 plays here, Brock, but a quick short one does them no good. They gotta go for broke here. Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. To throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. But let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are in bounds. Oh, what a play! So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Indy.